rabbit. A Welsh rabbit, bread and cheese toasted, i.e. a Welsh rarebit. Rabbits were also a sort of wooden cans to drink out of, now out of use. Rabbit catcher, a midwife. A midwife. Rabbit suckers, young spendthrifts taking up goods on the trust at great prices. Rack rent, rent strained to the utmost value, to lie at rack and manger to be in great disorder. Rackerback, a gormagon, see gormagon. Raffs, an appellation given by the gownsmen of the University of Oxford to the inhabitants of that place. Rag, banknotes, money in general. The cove has no rag, the fellow has no money. Rag, a farthing. To rag, to abuse, and tear to rags. The characters of the persons abused. She gave him a good ragging, or ragged him off heartily. Rag carrier, an ensign. Rag fair, an inspection of the linen and necessaries of a company of soldiers, commonly made by their officers on Mondays or Saturdays. Rag water, gin, or any other common dram. These liquors seldom failing to reduce those that drink them to rags. Ragamuffin, a ragged fellow, one all in tatters, a tatterdemalion. Rails, see head rails, a dish of rails, a lecture. Jobbershun, or scolding from a married woman to her husband. Rainbow, knight of the rainbow, a footman from being commonly clothed in garments of different colours. A meeting of gentlemen styled of the most ancient order of the rainbow, advertised to be held at the Foppington's Head, Moorfields. Well, I read that, but I went on the thing. Rake, hell, or rake shame, a lewd, debauched fellow. Ralph Spooner, a fool. Yeah. Ramcat, a he-cat. Ramish, rank, Ramish woman, a sturdy virago. Rammer, the arm, the bus snappers. Kenshin seized my rammer, i.e. the watchman laid hold of my arm, cunt. To ramp, to snatch, or tear, anything forcibly from the person. Ramshackled, out of repair, a ramshackled house, perhaps a corruption of ransacked, i.e. plundered. Randall, a set of nonsensical verses repeated on an island by schoolboys and young people who have been guilty of breaking wind backwards before any of their companions. If they neglect this apology, they are liable to certain kicks, pinches, and fillips, which are accompanied with divers admonitory couplets. Alright, I got confused and I didn't read that one. So, rainy day, to lay up something for a rainy day, to provide against a time of necessity or distress. Where was I now? Okay, I'm at couplets. There we are. Randy, obstropolous, unruly, rampant. Wrangling, intriguing with a variety of women. Rank, stinking, ramish, ill-flavoured. Also strong, great, a rank knave, a rank coward, perhaps the latter. May allude to an ill saviour caused by fear. Rank rider, a highwayman. Rantalian, one whose scrotum is so relaxed as to be longer than his penis, i.e. whose shot pouch is longer than the barrel of his piece. Rantipole, a rude, romping boy or girl, also a gadabout, dissipated woman. To ride, rantipole, the same as riding St. George, see St. George. Rantum scantum, playing at rantum scantum, making the beast with two backs. To rap, to take a false oath, also to curse. He rapped out a volley, i.e. he swore a whole volley of oaths. To rap means also to exchange or barter. A rap is likewise an Irish halfpenny. Rap on the knuckles, a reprimand. Rapparees, Irish robbers or outlaws who in the time of Oliver Cromwell were armed with short weapons called an Irish rapiers, used for ripping persons up. Rapper, a swinging great lie. Raree, shoe men, poor Savoyards who subsist by shoeing the magic lantern and marmots about London. Rascal, a rogue or villain, a term borrowed from the chase. A rascal, originally meaning a lean, shabby deer at the time of changing his horns, penis, etc. Hence, in the vulgar acceptation, rascal is conceived to signify a man without genitals. The regular vulgar answer to this reproach, if uttered by a woman, is the offer of an ocular demonstration of the virility of the party so defamed. Some derive it from the rascaglione, an Italian word signifying a man without testicles or a eunuch. Rat, a drunken man or woman taken up by the watch and confined in the watch house. Cunt, to smell a rat, to suspect some intended trick or unfair design. Rats. Of those there are the following kinds: a black rat and a grey rat, a pie rat and a Q rat. Rattle, a dice box. To rattle, to talk without consideration, also to move off or go away. To rattle one off, to rate or scold him. Rattle pate, a volatile, unsteady or whimsical man or woman. Rattle traps, a comptitious name for an curious portable piece of machinery or philosophical apparatus. Rattler, a coach. Rattle and Prad, a coach and horses. Rattling Cove, a coachman. Cunt. Rattling Mumpers, beggars who ply coaches. Cunt. Rawhead and Bloody Bones, a bull beggar or scare child with which foolish nurses terrify crying brats. Reader, a pocketbook. Cunt. Reader merchants, pickpockets, chiefly young Jews who ply about the bank to steal the pocketbooks of persons who have just received their dividends there. Ready, the ready rhino, money. Cunt. Rebus, a riddle or pun on a man's name expressed in sculpture or painting, thus a bolt or arrow and a ton for Bolton, death's head and a ton for Morton. Receiver general, a prostitute. Reckon, to reckon with one's host, to make an erroneous judgment in one's own favour, to cast up one's reckoning or accounts, to vomit. To recruit, to get a fresh supply of money. Recruiting service, robbing on the highway. Red fustian, port wine. Red lane, the throat, gone down the red lane, swallowed. Red ribbon, brandy. Red lattice, a public house. Red letter day, a saint's day or holiday marked in the calendars with red letters. Red letter men, Roman Catholics, from their observation of the saint days, marked in red letters. Red rag, the tongue. Shut your potato trap and give your red rag a holiday, i.e. shut your mouth and let your tongue rest. Too much of the red rag, too much tongue. Red sail yard dockers, buyers of stores stolen out of the royal yards and docks. Red shank, a Scotch Highlander. Regulars, share of the booty, the coves crack the swell's crib, fence the swag and each crackman's napped his regular. Some fellows broke open a gentleman's house, and after selling the property which they had stolen, they divided the money between them. Religious horse, one much given to prayer or apt to be down upon his knees. Religious painter, one who does not break the commandment which prohibits the making of the likeness of anything in heaven or earth, or in waters under the earth. Relish, the sign of the Cheshire cheese. Relish, carnal connection with a woman. Remedy critch, a chamber pot or member mug. Remember Parson Melham. Drink about, a Norfolk phrase. Rendezvous, a place of meeting. The rendezvous of beggars were about the year 1638, according to the bellman St. Quintin's. The 3 crowns in the Vintry, St. Tibbs, and at Knapsbury there were 4 barns within a mile of London. In Middlesex were 4 other harbours called Draw the Pudding Out of the Fire, the Cross Keys in Craneford parish, St. Julian's in Isleworth parish, and the House of Petty in Northall parish in Kent, the King's Barn near Dartford, and Kepbrook near Blackheath. Rep, a woman of reputation. Repository, a lock-up or sponging house, a gaol. Also livery stables, where horses and carriages are sold by auction. Res counters, the time of settlement between the bulls and bears of Exchange Alley, when the losers must pay their differences or become lame ducks and waddle out of the alley. Resurrection men, persons employed by the students in anatomy to steal dead bodies out of churchyards.